Well. Here I am walking right into the front of the camera. Now make sure you don't get my lower half here, Swope. Please. Please, that camera's way too low, buddy.
You're good.
All right, cool. Hey, welcome, folks. We are live here on this rainy Friday morning, but we're here and we're excited, and there's a reason behind it, as you can see behind me. The Walton Medical Clinic, a part of Roane General Hospital, is having their grand opening here today. We know that the rain is going to be here throughout the day, but we hope that people still make the choice to take a trip down here and view what they have going on here. This is just another way that Roane General Hospital is providing wonderful care close to home. It's in their motto. It's what they do, folks. They provide care you can trust close to home. Also, we already did the clinic over in Arnoldsburg for Roane General Hospital a couple of years ago. But this is another groundbreaking opportunity for Roane General to get into these smaller communities and to provide wonderful service for the people of this and the surrounding area. And we've been invited once again by the staff here at Roane General Hospital to come out here and have some fun, enjoy what we're doing. We're going to talk to some people. Maybe we'll get some providers that will be actually working out here at the Walton Clinic. We're going to get some administrators on. We've already seen Heather Nichols walking through, getting some things set up. They've got some treats for people. They've got some snacks and some drinks for people. So we invite you to come down here, ask some questions about what's going on here, what the providers will be doing here at this clinic. Obviously, this is not a full hospital, but there's going to be a lot of things that can be served. If you think about the town of Walton and you think about the clinic that Roane General Hospital did provide, there was a kind of a mobile clinic up at the elementary middle school area, just a single wide trailer up there. And again, that was kind of a hybrid for the school and for the town of Walton here. But what Roane General Hospital decided to do was they decided to break ground a couple years ago on this clinic. And this thing came up very quickly, actually. If you've been driving on 119 between Charleston and Spencer for the last year, you've seen a lot of work being done out here, a lot of quick work being done out here. I remember just a few months ago, this was just nothing but dirt, and here's a building, and now there's a parking lot, and there's grass growing outside, and it's a very, very big opportunity here for Roane General Hospital to continue to expand their services to the communities in which they serve in Roane County. They continue to be big things. I hope that we're going to get a chance to talk with the CEO of Roane General Hospital, Doug Bentz, about this project. Not only this project, but so many other things that are going on at Roane General Hospital as they continue to try to provide the best care to their patients near and far. And so we're able to get out here for just a second. I'm glad that Swolby brought a big umbrella, so we've got our camera out here for just a second. It is not raining really right now, just a couple of sprinkles, but even at that, we wanted to get you a chance to see the entirety of this building. So if you can, Swolby, will you show the entirety of this facility here? It is quite large, and again, it is right off of the main drag on 119. Yeah, as you can see, Route 119 running right through it, and it is right off of the marquee. If you go past, if you're going towards Charleston from the Spencer side, you're just past Poca Valley Bank, just past the Thriftway, and just before you get out there to Harper's Farm Equipment, that's kind of where we're sitting, and it's a wonderful building. It went up very quickly, and it's a good location for it as well. It's very easily accessible for the general public. And we're going to go inside now, and we're going to try. All right, we've already been told by a few of the people here that they're not going on camera, but our goal is to try to get some people to talk. So we're going to head inside where there are a lot of people here. All right, I'll go first. And I'll take the camera. Swolby has a fear of opening and closing umbrellas indoors. So we're actually inside the building now. And while he is putting up his umbrella, I'm going to show you guys some of the people that are here already, number one, who already have told me they're not going to talk to me, but I hope we can talk them into that, actually. So into the front door you go, and all right, so my cameraman's back now. We're going to show the front area. This is the waiting area here at the brand new clinic. And again, just a beautiful and well-constructed, very quickly constructed building here, and this is the front area, the waiting area. And I don't know a whole lot about this. That's why I'm going to require someone who works here to come talk with me at some point. Where's Leah James when you need her? Where is Leah? There she is. Okay. I'm going to get Leah mic'd up here because I was getting ready to take a tour through here, and I was getting ready to explain what things are, and I realized very quickly, Leah, I have no idea what these things are. So we're very happy to be joined by Leah James. Leah, what is your official title at Roane General Hospital?
I am the Vice President of the Rural Health Clinics of the hospital.
Okay.
So we have 5 rural health clinics. We have 2 at the hospital. We have the Roane General Medical Clinic, which is actually attached to the hospital. We have Roane General Medical Associates, which is out by Brannon Dental, which is where our optometry services are, our bone health services, and then Dr. Parkins and actually Laura, that's the provider here, works there 1 day a week in primary care as well. Then we have our Walton location. We have a location in Arnoldsburg, which you guys came out a couple years ago. And then we also have our clinic out at Gary at Southern Roane.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking, I said the clinic in Arnoldsburg because that's the one I remember most recently, and then this one is very similar to the one in Arnoldsburg. I wasn't thinking in terms of the ones who were not directly associated at the hospital building, but were up at that location. And then the one at Gary I completely forgot about. So there are many options here in these small rural parts of Roane County that Roane General Hospital is able to serve. And this is one I think badly needed. You guys for a while were kind of, I don't know what you would call it up at the elementary school. There was a single wide trailer up there and it was kind of multi-use.
Yeah, so we were kind of tucked in behind the school. So it's actually set up very similar to a single wide trailer, but it was actually a stick-built building.
Really?
Yes. It had been used for a very long time, but we were in need of some larger space. We really wanted to grow our footprint. So we actually got some congressional spending with some of the grant opportunities to replace the Walton Medical Clinic. So that's kind of how this project came about. With some of those fundings, we were able to.
Well, you know, funding's one thing, but finding the location is another. This area kind of popped up at the right time for you guys. There used to be a house here. I'm sure people who've driven 119 used to look over here and see that brick house that was here for a long time. How did that come about for you guys?
Yeah, so we spent a lot of time, you know, when we got the news that we were getting the grant to replace this clinic. A lot of us, you'll probably see our cars going through Walton a lot, kind of scoping out different lots and figuring out, you know, where might be the right location for it. Amy Downey goes to church out here at Walton, so she has a lot of ties to this community. And so I think she kind of heard about this particular property through some family friends at the church. So the Naylor family actually, this was their property, and the house that's actually behind, she was moving out of state, so they were going to sell. So it just kind of came together at the right time for us.
And I think, you know, location is almost everything. The location you guys found in Arnoldsburg, right on the road, right off 16. And you couldn't have found in Walton a better location, right off 119. It's very easily accessible, very easily noticeable when people come through. And now that you guys have this new building and all this opportunity to serve the people of this community, it keeps people from having to make longer trips to certain places. It's right here in the community for Walton, and it's a big deal for this community. And that's something that Roane General Hospital just continues to keep expanding on and providing. Obviously, we've talked for many, many weeks at the hospital for our podcast that they're doing about the prescription for your health. This is all part of trying to better the opportunities to serve all the people that you guys do serve at Roane General Hospital.
Yeah, you know, our motto is, you know, care you can trust close to home. So with these little outline clinics, we can get care you can trust closer to your home is kind of.
You're going to change the motto now.
Yeah, for the rural health clinics. So, so this clinic being on the road, we also are able to kind of put our footprint maybe in Clendenin a little bit to draw some patients this way. We've been told that there's no kind of walk-in clinic services available in the town of Clendenin for patients with, you know, acute needs, sore throats, the flu, that sort of thing. So 13 miles up the road here, they can receive that care. So,
and it's probably a lot less challenging to get through the traffic of Charleston, or to get here than it is to get through the traffic of Charleston for people who may not want to try to fight that.
Exactly.
Just for, as you said, the acute care opportunities. Well, What we would like you to do, if you don't mind, I'm not sure if you, I know that they kind of put you in charge of this. They kind of, before we went on the air, they're like, hey, Leah's going to go on the air. She's going to be the one that does this. Would you mind taking us through the building,
Sure.
if that's okay, and telling us what all you guys have here to provide?
Absolutely. So I saw you
Fantastic.
guys outside, so you kind of got a good shot of the outside of the building, despite the rain. So this is the waiting room, and if you were in the old Walton Medical Clinic, you will remember that it was just a very, I think we had 2 or 3 seats in the waiting room, kind of in that single wide trailer setup that we had.
Maybe that's why I thought it was a single wide, I guess.
Yeah. So this is our waiting room. We have a lot more seating available. So when the patients come through the door, they'll be greeted here by CAVA, where they'll be registered for their appointments. And then the other good thing about these smaller clinics is the wait times usually aren't very, very high. So even if you have a scheduled appointment or you drop in for an acute visit, you're typically not waiting very long.
Yeah.
Sometimes flu season can change that, but
You
for the
get
most
really
part,
busy at that point.
Yeah.
And everybody loves new stuff here, so it is bright and brand new. It's very exciting here.
So this is kind of the threshold to come through to the back part of the clinic. We have 4 exam rooms. We had 2 in the old clinic. So this one down here is our biggest room. So minor procedures, if we would ever have to do anything like that, you know, if you cut your finger, need some suturing, things like that, we can take care of that in this room. It's much larger, and we get really excited about this bed because it's so low to the ground for people. They don't have to climb up on the bed.
That's perfect for you, Swolby, when you stub your toe tilling the garden. Oh, hey, listen, I'm pretty tall, buddy, all right? This makes me look tall. How about that? Well, it's a nice room here, obviously, that you can serve patients in. And again, as you said, that is nice to have that low.
Yeah, and it can raise up if it needs to, but it is, because we have a lot of patients that end up sitting in the visitor chair because they can't climb up on the tables. So this is by far the biggest room. The next room, it's set up very similarly. It's a little bit smaller, but still there's plenty of room and a lot bigger than our rooms that were at the existing Walton Medical Clinic. The other nice thing now, and we've tried to do this in all of our clinics, is put computers in the rooms so that if the provider wants to go over lab results with the patient, pull up x-rays, we can show them all of that on the screen instead of the provider having to carry a laptop around. So, patient bathroom here. And then this is our little laboratory.
All right.
We can run basic tests here, urinalysis. We can check for influenza, strep throat. We also draw blood here and take it back to the hospital to be processed, and then the providers and nursing staff will call and notify patients.
So you're able to do some basic stuff here,
Yes.
obviously, some quick things that people wouldn't have to travel all the way to the dispenser to get done.
Be processed, and then the providers and nursing staff will call.
You're able to do some basic. People wouldn't have to travel all the way necessarily to go.
Even team hospital, and they process that. So
you guys don't have to be quiet over there. Don't worry.
everybody's running off. They're hiding.
Everybody's camera shy. I don't understand that.
This is just another exam room. They're all set up very similarly.
Hey, one thing I like, get a picture of the patient room sign there. They got the Walton. Swolby's about to swell with pride here. He's an old tiger, bub. But I do like that. I mean, I know that's just something small, but it's kind of neat because people really do. They do respond to things like that here in Walton. They're very
serious about their school.
They're very
out here.
serious still about the old high school, the history of that, and the elementary middle school. So I just wanted to say that.
Green and white, baby.
Oh, here we go.
So one thing, we have actually 2 different storage rooms, which in the old clinic we had none. So we honestly, we had all of our supplies, and we didn't even know where to put it because we had so many opportunities to put things. And I just kind of look around and seeing all the people in here, there's no way we could have had this many people in the old building. So it's really nice to see.
And I don't know how many people who are watching this have spent any time in that building. It was good for what it was. I mean, you did the best you could with it, but it was certainly not this.
No.
I mean, it was just no way you could come close to matching.
Get some food.
Yep, we have the provider or the staff break room, which also that never existed in the old clinic. And then we have the provider room back here as well, which I don't think I've mentioned yet, but we're actually going to be having cardiology services start out here with us actually next Wednesday. All three of our cardiology providers, Dr. Frankie, David Adkins, and Kevin Fletcher, will all be out here one Wednesday a month. So we'll have cardiology services 3 Wednesdays a month out here. So patients, again, can get that cardiology care closer to their home. We have a lot of patients that actually come up from Charleston that followed all three of the providers up here. So they still want to see those providers. So now they only have to stop here in Walton. So we're really excited about that.
You know, I mentioned this when I've spoken with Doug and some others on our podcast, and I've said, you guys are very aggressive in expansion. The way you're expanding, you're looking for opportunities is what you're trying to do. And the reason you're looking for them is not because it's easy.
No.
It is not easy for you guys to figure out where to go, the land, purchase the land, get the grants for it, staff it up, and be able to do all this stuff together. It's not because it's easy, it's because it's what you guys are continually trying to do. And it is the motto, trying to get closer to homes for these people. Roane County is not exactly a 5 square mile thing.
No.
It is a very wide county.
Yeah.
Southern, northern, east, west, central. There's a lot of room between one place and the other. And so being able to do this is really impressive for Roane General Hospital. I'll tell you what, this is so neat that you guys continue to find ways to improve the services for the people. And again, our population, we got an older population, people who need to get to the doctor.
Yes.
And this is just a way to do it, a lot closer to the residents out here in the Walton area. So it's very, very cool. We do appreciate this. Let's talk about the hours of operation, the days of operation. When are you guys actually open for business? Is today, like, are you open for business today?
Technically, we could be if somebody came in and really needed, to be seen today.
Somebody's just going to happen to walk in here.
Yeah, and we could do that. But technically, our opening day will be Monday.
Okay.
Which I believe is the 2nd.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at the calendar
Keep our
in my
times
head.
right, yeah.
So right now we're open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8 to 5.
Okay.
So we do take scheduled appointments with our providers, but we also do walk-in for acute needs, just kind of like your urgent care type stuff.
Yeah.
So we work those in between our scheduled patients.
Okay.
And then of course cardiology will be here as well. Those will be by appointment, the cardiology services.
So if people do want to get, once you guys actually start to get open, if people want to do appointments, how do they contact you guys? Is it the main hospital, or do you guys have your own system out here?
We have a direct line here. I believe, I don't want to tell
Don't
you
worry,
the
we'll
fax
post
number.
it.
Okay, I don't want to tell you the fax number instead of the phone number. 304-577-6815.
We're keeping that too. We're
So
keeping
if you
that
come
thing.
down today, you can get one of these magnets
Yeah,
and put
take a
on your
look at that.
fridge so that you can call and get your appointment.
Let's see how good the cameraman is here. So 577-6815 is the number. I'm keeping this if that's okay.
Perfect.
And
Yep.
I'm going to see if it's that doesn't stay on there. So Leah James, thank you so much for the tour of this building. We're going to stay live here, folks. We're going to try to get some others on. I know they're all camera shy. I don't know why they are. It's such an easy deal.
I don't know.
There's nothing to it.
I don't know.
Seemed like
I have the
there's any-
Arnoldsburg Clinic under my belt, so this
you
one was a little bit easier.
Hey, we're here celebrating. So our celebration lasts from 11 to 2, correct?
Yes. Yep.
So from 11 to 2, they invite you to come in here and ask some questions and view and tour the place. And I tell you what, they got some good food here as well.
From the Healthy Way Cafe at the hospital.
That's why when I saw it coming in, other than the cookies, I was like, man, I don't feel one bit bad about it. I'm going to eat some of this stuff. So, well, Leah, thank you so much for the tour. We do appreciate it. And we're going to try to find somebody else. In the meantime, we're going to wait and see if Doug Bentz actually makes it out here. Now, I know this is...
He said he was stopping by.
This is where he was planning to be. Yeah. But we're all waiting for Doug to be here. But in the meantime, I think I got some others to talk to. Thank you so much, Leah. And we hope you guys have the greatest success once again. And thank you for being our tour guide. So, Swabby, let's head back out to the front room here. And let's see if we can talk to somebody else. Hey, I see Heather Nichols out here. How about you grab a microphone and let's talk? No, she said no. She said no.
fix our tripod here.
Well, we got to fix the tripod. We need one of those rolling tripods.
Well, I want to get it where I can
Well, while you're looking at that, I'm going to see who is. Where Swolby, says Jackson Craddock. Hey, listen, this guy is behind the scenes. He refuses to go on the camera. Yeah, the building is absolutely fantastic and plenty of room for people with wheelchairs, ventilators for disabled people. Yeah, this thing was well designed. Thanks a bunch, Swolby, for putting me on. Yeah, great stuff, guys. It is a wonderful location, and I think they've done it up very, very well. One thing you know is Rowan General Hospital, they do their prep work, they do their homework, and they try to find the best opportunities to provide the best services. And big wide open space, big door to get into, multiple seating areas here out front. Again, as I said, they'll be open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. They've got 4 separate provider rooms. And of course, as Leah was talking about, they're actually going to provide some basic cardiology services here as well. They got a small lab area to do some basic blood work. Just a really, really nice opportunity for people out here in the Walton area to travel less in order to get the provider services that they will greatly need, and we're looking forward to. Hopefully they have a good time with it. I'm kind of hoping we find some providers out here. Now, we do have the one main provider, and I'm waiting to see. Now, she's already talked to us on a podcast, so we want her out here. This would be second nature to you after a 30-minute podcast.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So clip this on. It just right there, it just clips on. I'll clip it on for her.
There you go.
All right, so now people out there for this live don't know that we've already talked because the podcast episode is still in production. It's still in editing.
Well, I hope you edited it very well.
Well, he took my face out of most of it, so he did, absolutely. We're joined by Laura Smith. Now, Laura, what is your title here? I know I've heard people say things, but you're out here as are you the head honcho out here? Is that what we're going to say?
I'm just one of the main providers out here at the clinic.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
a physician assistant, certified PAC.
Okay.
So I'll be the main provider out here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but there will be some days that I won't be here on Fridays or Mondays if I have to work a weekend at the Waltons.
Now, this is closer to your home location, right?
Yes.
So this is not a bad thing for you.
Oh no, it's like 3 minutes from my house. So yeah, it's very convenient.
It's all, you get up later, it takes you less time to get to work.
It definitely comes in hand, especially when you got 2 kids you got to herd to school in the
Yeah,
morning.
exactly.
So, yes.
So obviously, as a member of this community, you know what Rowan General Hospital was providing with the clinic that was up at the elementary middle school. And again, although you guys did great with what you had there, you outgrew that very, very quickly, and it was something that you guys needed to change. You needed to get a new location. Was that on your radar as a member of this community here? Was it on your radar that they were working on this?
When I first joined Rowan General Hospital, that there was talk of expanding the clinic. Our initial thoughts were to expand it closer over to the school, but things didn't work out. So we acquired this property here, and that's when they started the larger scale project.
And when they broke ground on this, you knew, obviously, I'm sure you did not think about it.
Oh yeah.
Your ear to the ground on that. You knew they were going to need providers here. Was it something that they came to you with, or something that you volunteered to? Hey, if you're looking for providers out here, how did that work out for you?
Well, I was already working at the Walton Medical Clinic behind the school.
Okay.
So I was there already 3 days a week. So they're just moving that location over here. So all the staff that was over there will be coming with us to here.
And I was very interested and excited to hear from Leah James that you guys here are also going to provide some basic cardiology services. Yes. How did that come about? Because you've got 3 providers that are traveling.
We do. We have 3 providers, and they were stationed in Charleston before they came to Rowan General. So many people from the Clendenin area, Elkview area, Pinch, Clay County already knew the providers.
Yeah.
So when they came to Rowan General, might have been a little bit more of a drive for them. So this is more convenient for those patients that were already established, and if they would choose to come back, it would be a shorter drive for them than to Rowan General.
And Lee was talking about maybe on top of the ones that you already have, patients you already have that were traveling from this end of the county to Spencer, maybe trying to draw even more from maybe that Clendenin area, people who may not want to work through the traffic of Charleston to get to those big buildings that are hard to navigate. And if they can get here in 10, 15 minutes, it's a whole lot nicer for them. And as you said, it's right off 119. You walk right in. There's not that it's not the chaos that you would think in a big city.
A lot of people, especially our aging population, they don't like to drive in heavy traffic areas. So this would be ideal for them. And I myself, not very old considering, but a little older than some. But I still don't like to drive.
She's young.
I still don't like to drive in heavy traffic areas, especially when I know it's going to be rush hour. So I time my appointments in Charleston to be between 9 o'clock and 1 o'clock.
when the worst of the traffic is already gone.
Correct, because I don't like to drive in Charleston. I'm originally from Worth County, so I was more familiar with the Parkersburg area. So heavy traffic up there didn't bother me, but Charleston is a whole nother breed for me.
Well, let's talk about the basic services. Leah Jameson mentioned acute services, basic services.
Yes.
For people who don't speak the lingo, what are we talking about as far as basic services
so basic services would be with anyone that has, like, they're sick, they have a virus, they have a cold, stomach pain, things of that nature. We also will, if a patient has broke something, they can come in, we can get them set up with x-rays and things of that nature. So that's the main things that we do. It's basically like the walk-in and Spencer, So if you're familiar with those services, it's the same here. We do what we call lump bumps and bruises. Yeah.
Lumps, bumps, and bruises.
Lumps, bumps, and bruises is probably the easiest way to put it.
Well, that's better jargon for people who don't speak the medical language.
Yeah.
The cardiology services, she mentioned basic cardiology services. What are we talking about when it comes to that?
So I would say you would have your regular, 3-month follow-up visits here. You would do your med checks with them here and things of that nature. If there's any testing that they would need to order, obviously you would need to go to Spencer for those testing, or Charleston, whichever your preference is.
But it takes care of the initial part of that.
Yes. And then, once you're, so they just do their regular, 3-month, 6-month follow-up visits.
Yeah. So you're going to be working here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, correct?
Yes.
And it's 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I've got this right here as Leah gave it to me. If people want to get an appointment with Laura Smith here, 304-577-6815 is the number. You guys also take some walk-ins.
Yes, we
obviously, you would say you don't want people who are walking in with something that they probably need to go to the main.
I mean, if it's anything that warrants an emergency room or higher level testing, we do encourage you to go to the emergency room if you can make it there. That's where you're going to receive your best care. But if something's coming up and you can't make it there, then there's a stop station and we can seek get that extra medical help.
And if nothing else, you guys at least have the medical background to provide something.
Right, yeah,
so.
and we can get the extra out here
exactly.
for you too,
Well, this is a great location. As you said, you've been working, up at the older clinic, up at the elementary school. Now, what happened with that clinic? There was things in the works. They were talking about doing something with it. Is there anything that's going on with the building up there?
Possibly, from what I'm understanding, is maybe the school is going to take the building structure part back.
Yeah.
Once we have vacated everything out of the building, I think the structure will go back to the Rowan County Board of Education, is what I'm understanding. That was the last I heard. So
we'll see what.
We'll see how things pan out and roll with that.
Yeah.
But it was a stick structure built, so it was built on location, so it doesn't have wheels underneath of it.
It's so weird.
Move.
I thought, and I worked down at Walton for 10 years, and I saw that building. I just assumed it was a single wide trailer.
Many people did assume that it did have the axles under it to
It
move
does
it,
not.
and I thought so too.
It's not
but
mobile.
nope, it's not a mobile. It was built on location.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Laura, thank you so much for joining us. And again, you're becoming second nature at this. We're going to be having you on the air all the time. Again, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, taking appointments starting this coming Monday. And of course, walk-ins are welcome for the basic needs. And again, if you're looking for cardiology services, get a hold of those cardiology providers, and they'll tell you when and where they can be here. But come here today, folks. I know the rain is out. I know rain dampens everything, but come on. It's the people are here. They're excited about opening this clinic. There's some food, and I was very happy to hear it was from the Healthy Way Cafe, so I can eat some of it too. I'm very excited about that. We're going to be live here for a couple of hours. We're going to keep talking to people as long as they will agree to come on the air with me. And I'll tell you what, Laura, They don't have to get on the air. If they'll just put the microphone on and we'll sit them off camera and we'll talk to
They
them.
may do that.
People can stare at my ugly mug for the rest of the day.
They might give you a voice.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for the information, obviously. That's what we're trying to do here, is explain to people this clinic is here. It's open for business starting Monday. And if you want to come view it, it's brand new. I love brand new things. It's nice and bright. Everything's clean. In fact, when we got here this morning, Barb Kendall was mopping the floors, and Leah James was running the sweeper. They were ready. Thank you so much, though. We do appreciate it.
You have a blessed day, hon.
Absolutely. I'll take that from you now. Unless you want to keep it on, and we'll catch all the conversations. No big deal. So we're live here at the Walton Clinic, looking forward to talking with more people about this wonderful facility. And again, Roane General Hospital continuing to provide, as Leah James said, care you can trust closer to home. I think we're going to have to talk with Heather Nichols about changing the motto, because if they keep expanding with these clinics, they're going to have to say closer to home. Again, they are serving the communities already. They've got the Spencer, the main hospital, obviously, but they got, as you said, the 2 clinics there on grounds. We opened up a couple of years ago the Arnoldsburg Clinic, very similar to this one. They have the Gary Clinic, obviously, over in Gary, West Virginia, and now they've got the Walton Clinic open here. So we invite you to come down here, have a good time, get you some snacks, get you some refreshments, and just tour the building, because it is a wonderful thing that Roane General Hospital is doing. Till then, we're going to break away for just a second. How about that, Swob? If you want, you can throw it on a widescreen shot. I don't know. You're the cameraman. I'll let you do what you want to do. How about that? Oh, Dr. Frankie. Listen, I'm going to let him walk in. I'm going to let him walk in first, all right? I'm going to let him get comfortable here before I shove a mic in his face, all right?
So what's about that?
Oh, no, not even close yet. Not even close yet. We're going to let you get comfortable here, Dr. Frankie, and then we're going to bring you on. If you guys out there have any questions about the clinic, again, we are at the Walton Clinic now here at Roane General Hospital. Brand new clinic. They broke ground on this thing, maybe a year and a half ago? It was not a long time ago that we had this clinic in the eyesight. And I didn't even know what was going on until we saw the actual sign that they put up, Future Walton Medical Clinic, and it seemed like we blinked our eyes throughout the fall and into the winter and then into the spring, and before you knew it, this building was up and the grass was being seeded, and then they've got themselves a nice asphalt parking lot, and we're ready to go Monday. And again, if you have any questions about the services provided here at Roane General Hospital's Walton Clinic, let us know. Send us a comment on the comment section of the video, whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube. We do appreciate everyone tuning in. And of course, as always, here's our shameless promotion for self-plugging the station. Please like, share the video, and comment on the video. The more likes we get, the better. The more shares we get, the more eyes are on it. And the more comments we get, the more we know that you guys are tuning in. And if you have any questions, make sure that you get a hold of us for those questions. Did I successfully mute the other mic there, Swob? Okay. Well, I'm going to mute my mic for just a second. Hang tight with us, folks. And again, if you have any questions, let us know in the comments section, because that's how we get the information about this event, number 1, that's going on. Number 2, that's how we get the information to you that you may have questions about with this Walton Clinic. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back. Did I do it right? So a little bit. Am I unmuted?
Yep.
I never know. I tell you what, you're right.
They
This is.
need to have lights on them.
Yeah, because I could mess around and talk when I'm not supposed to be talking. I tell you what. We're here at the Walton Medical Clinic, or I guess, yeah, Walton Medical Clinic is what it's called. Rowan General Hospital's newest expansion program. Of course, trying to provide the best possible care for all of their patients. And in Rowan County and the surrounding counties, it is a spread out community. There are lots of different places. And I think about it, in Rowan County, if you start on the northern part of Rowan County and you travel all the way down to the southern part, there are times when it'll take 45 minutes to get there. So it is a very expansive community to get to places. And of course, centrally located in Spencer, which is the county seat and right in the middle of Rowan County. But again, a lot of people need care closer to where they live. And here's another opportunity for Rowan General Hospital to expand their services and to provide wonderful care right here in the Walton area. And we talked with Leah James, who is really the coordinator of these clinics. And then we talked with one of the providers here, the main provider here, which is Laura Smith, who has worked at the clinic up at the elementary middle school for many years. And of course, she lives in this community. So this is a great opportunity, number one, for her to provide services to her people around here. But we've also talked about the fact that they're doing cardiology services. 3 cardiologists that have recently made their way to Rowan General Hospital are going to be providing some care over here in the Walton area. They're trying to expand their services to the Clendenin area, and obviously the people who are cardiology patients, many of them live in the Pinch and Elkview and Clendenin area. So this is a lot of opportunity to get them closer. Instead of having to drive all the way to Spencer from that Clendenin area, they're 10, 15 minutes down the road to get here. We're hoping, we saw Dr. Frankie come in. We're hoping to get a chance to talk to him in just a second. We see all these people looking at us, and nobody wants to get on the air. I'm wondering if somebody's going to want to talk here pretty soon. Nobody has anything to do, right? Somebody, anybody? How about Dr. Frankie? Is he busy back there? Yeah, we already got Laura. Sorry about it. All right, we've got him back.
I'm gonna have to back up.
Yeah, listen.
For Dr. Frankie.
You know how we saw the first provider room with that really low thing, and I said how tall I am? We should be sitting down for this interview because Dr. Frankie is not the shortest human being I've ever seen in my life. Tell you what, I'll let you clip this on just right there, wherever you want to. I should get a step stool so I don't look like... This is like me interviewing Doug Bentz most of the time.
Oh, man, I feel short around Doug. So I have actually killed a deer on this property. Should I talk about that? You can see the weapon that I used right there.
It depends on if it was legally or illegally.
Oh, it was,
or accidentally.
It was accidentally.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that ride out there is looking pretty good now. Yeah, I tell you. Well, we're very happy to be joined by Dr. Frankie here, and again, we've talked to him, and those people who are watching this podcast or this live remote probably have seen at least the beginning of your podcast episode. When we were talking about cardiology services that you provide. Now, being able to be here in this Walton area, we were talking with Leah James earlier about you and the other 2 providers. You guys, when you came to Rowan General Hospital from the Charleston area, you ended up bringing a lot of patients with you. And so this is just another opportunity for you guys to provide them some basic opportunities, not quite so far away from
Yes, we're very excited about this. So Dave and Kevin, the other cardiology providers, have roots, have a lot of patients, and live in the Elkview Clendenin area. And so we're hoping that this makes our cardiology care that we provide through Rowan General more accessible, not only to the patients in this part of Rowan County, but also parts of Kanawha County as well. I have in my former practice at Charleston Area Medical Center, plenty of patients in the Clay County area. And so a lot of patients come that way as well, in addition to through Arnoldsburg, where we have an office as well. So we're hoping that this beautiful new office is gonna be nice for those patients.
Yeah. So what are the basic services that you guys will be providing here versus the normal hospital? What are your hours here? Do you have any idea how it's going to work out? I assume right
Sure.
by this point you're ready to go with it,
Yes,
right?
so we're going to have almost weekly coverage here. Between myself and the other two cardiology providers, we're going to come down to this office one day a week.
Okay.
And so we're going to the services we're going to provide are just general appointments. So our typical outpatient services, and then also EKGs and lab work. For further testing, we're not going to be able to do stress testing and echocardiograms here, but those can be done at the hospital, or actually really any local hospital of the patient's choosing. But we will be able to see patients in follow-up here, see new patient evaluations here, and then do EKGs and blood work.
When you think of how much more convenient that is for your patients, especially who live in that Clendenin, Elkview, Pinch area, whatever it may be, the people who live here in this area who had to travel 25 minutes to get to Spencer
Down a
instead
windy road, absolutely.
for those basic services that you guys can provide. It's a whole lot easier for them. And you're still traveling, by the way, from the Charleston area, correct?
Yes, I pass through here.
So this doesn't
frequently.
hurt.
No, not at all.
Once a week that you
No, hey, a little closer to home on the drive home. So.
Have you gotten used to the trip, even with the deer, by the way?
Yes, that was a little setback. I'm hoping that by law of averages, that won't happen again for quite a while.
Listen, we've got a lot of people who've hit 5 or 6 deer on this road, so the law of averages would state that's the last one that you're going to hit for a while.
There we go, yeah.
This guy behind the camera still has yet to hit one.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Oh, and he lives out in the middle of the boonies.
Oh, man. You live in this area, don't you?
Yeah, that way.
Yeah.
Sheesh, tell you what. Yeah, he needs to hit a deer anyway.
Yeah, he does.
Dr. Fraggy, we're very appreciative, number one, that you're in Roane General Hospital
Glad to be
system.
here.
We're so happy that you're going to be out here with the other two providers. And again, it's just another way. Leah said it best when she was talking with us. She said, well, the motto is care you can trust, close to home.
That's it.
And I know that Heather Nichols is out here, the marketing director. I said, she's got to add an ER to the end of that close. It's closer to home now.
There we go, yeah.
Every time you guys open up a clinic, it's closer to
I
home.
agree with you. Yeah.
Well, we hope you have a good time. Enjoy some of the Healthy Way Cafe food, by the way.
Absolutely.
And thanks for, we didn't shove a camera on him right away, but we gave him about 10 minutes to get stress-free before we grabbed him again. Thank you so much, Dr. Frank. We do appreciate it.
Yeah,
As always, we
absolutely.
look forward to
Thanks for
talking
having
with
me.
you again. We're going to
Yeah.
have him on another podcast episode in the future, folks. I don't know if he knew that or not, but now he does.
I want to go on your all's restaurant tours around the area.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I tell you what, as a cardiologist, the one thing that we probably needed you for early in our career was when we went to the Power game, actually the Dirty Birds game, and I attempted and successfully completed. This is going to it might melt you. I successfully completed what we call the 999 challenge. I don't know if you've heard of that or not. It's 9 hot dogs, 9 16-ounce beers, and 9 innings. And you see the facial expression, and he's like, can I check your heart now?
No, I'm impressed.
That's a long time ago.
So I shouldn't admit this, but have you ever been to Hillbilly Hot Dogs in Huntington?
I have, yes.
Okay, so I'm a former home record champion. The record was 8 minutes when I went in there. It was 4 minutes when I left.
Wow.
That was a long time ago.
Do as he says, not as he does.
That's
all
right.
right?
I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I've been working
Nor
out
should you.
since then. Exactly. Dr. Frankie, thank you so much for joining us. Folks,
Absolutely.
We're here
Thanks for
again.
having me.
We're going to be here. I'll take that off you. Sorry,
Okay.
my bad
Yep.
on that one. I didn't want him to talk about some things like illegal deer kill out here. That's a sensitive subject for people in the Walton area, by the way. We're here. We're going to be here. Thanks, Doc. We're here. We're going to be here for the next couple of hours. Don't let the doom and gloom of the outside weather keep you from coming out here and enjoying just talking with the people here at the Walton Clinic. And again, they have the information you need. Number one, the information you need is they are open officially on Monday. Of course, Leah James said, hey, if you want to walk through today, if you've got something that you need, then maybe they could take care of you here today. But Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, the clinic will be open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And, of course, Laura Smith and the rest of them are going to be taking appointments. And let me get that number again before I forget. I don't want to mess this up a third time. I've got the card right here. So the number to call, and I suppose They've got a lot of people here. They are manning the phones, so maybe if you want to go ahead and get a appointment, well, you can call right now. It's 304-577-6815. That's 304-577-6815. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 8 to 5. Again, they'll also be taking walk-ins for the basic services. As Laura Smith said, the provider said, lumps, bumps, and bruises is what they're going to be working on here. We are waiting for a couple of other people to get here, folks. Hopefully we'll get a chance at some point. I know the CEO, Doug Benz, is a very busy human being, but hopefully he can make the trip out here because we'd love to have him on and hear it directly from the man at the top of the chain here about everything that went into getting this building and getting this business open and continuing to expand the services for Rowan General Hospital. He's talked many times about preventative measures to try to keep from being sick, but when you are, they also want to be able to provide the services for you here, and this is a great opportunity, folks. We're going to go radio silent once again. I'll let Swelby find another good picture to show. If he wants to show the people over there, that's fine. He probably won't do it. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go outside here in a little bit. Yeah, we'll chill outside for a little bit. We'll stop annoying the people who actually work here. We don't want to run them off before they actually get things going. We'll be back in just a second, folks. Oh, wait, before we do that, again, please like the video that you see. Share the video that you see, because the more shares, the more people who see this, the more people will ask questions about what in the world this guy's doing on the camera. And you'll find out that the services are being provided here at Rowan General Hospital's Walton Clinic. Thank you guys very much. We'll be right back. Wow. Did I unmute it? Okay. I know you can't see it on the camera, but I see a little sunshine, not quite peeked through, but I'm not saying the sun's coming out today, folks. I know that the rain is going to stay in the forecast, but right now it is not raining at all. It has stopped raining. And again, we know that when rain hits, people get a little bit nervous about being out and about, but we invite you to please stop down here if you're in the area. If you're driving by 119 and you're watching this, then you're breaking the law, number one.
They could be listening.
You could be just watching in the passenger seats. Make sure the person driving the vehicle whips it in here at the Walton Medical Clinic. Again, they're doing a grand opening celebration. Technically, they're not quite open, although if you had a walk-in with a lump, bump, and a bruise, I'm sure they've got providers in there that would see you. We just talked with Dr. Frankie. Boy, what a fun time he is, I'm telling you what. I had to admit to him the 999 challenge, and he really settled my stomach and my heart when he said that he was the record holder of the home record challenge at Hillbilly's Hot Dogs. That is your cardiologist, by the way. He said that was long ago. He's a big guy. I mean, he's a tall guy. So, but we're here on location. We're going to be here for the next couple of hours. Hopefully we get a chance to talk. I did see while you were out here, Swolby, getting pictures, I did talk to some of the ladies in the, what do we call those? Fatigues? They're not fatigues. What are they?
Scrubs.
The scrubs, yeah. Sometimes they could probably call those fatigues because they're in battle sometimes. But some of the ladies in there are going to agree to talk as a group, so we're going to get all of them, and at least they're going to introduce themselves. They're here for a reason. They're going to be working the clinic as well as the providers will. Don't get run over, Swolby. Somebody's coming here. Actually, 2 people are coming.
We'll move up.
Don't get run over. Hey, one of the guys pulling in here is one of the famous duo from the LOL comedy show, and that is Mike Metz. In his day job, he works with the hospital as somebody in the IT department, but he always is very funny as well. So we're here, and again, it does not look bad right now. The sun hasn't peeked through, although I see shades of it coming. But the one good thing is that it is not raining right now. So we're outside enjoying ourselves. There is the famous Mike Metz right there. He's in his natural habitat as the IT guy here at Rowan General Hospital. But we're here on location. I tell you what, this location, we talked with Leah James about this. It is a perfect location to be. It is right off 119. I mean, you could not get closer to 119. In fact, you probably spit on 119 right now if you had enough power behind it. Great location that they found, of course, the Naylor family. They've got a house back behind, and of course, they raised the one here in the front and started work. I think they broke ground. I'd like to talk with Doug Bentz about that, or somebody who knows about when they actually broke ground here, because it was a very rapid succession of start to finish here on location. So the building is up. The building is ready to go. They're taking appointments starting Monday morning, and I brought my little card out here to make sure I didn't mess it up. So if you're looking for an appointment starting Monday, again, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. here at the hospital, the complex here, the Walton Clinic, 304-577-6815. That's 304-577-6815. They are going to be open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays here at the clinic from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we talked again with one of the 3 cardiologists, by the way, Dr. Frankie. It's so weird. I was hoping to get the last names because I always say doctor and then their last names. He mentioned by their first names. I don't know who those 2 are.
Leah gave their names, but I can't remember what she said.
Yeah, she gave us the names, but my brain is fried right now from all of the prep work from sports I've been doing recently. So if we do see the other 2 providers possibly, I don't know that we will, but at least Dr. Frankie's here. We'll talk with them about that. And again, they do have refreshments. They do have some finger foods there from the Healthy Way Cafe in the main hospital building in Spencer. So you can come over here. You can get something to eat, something to drink here for free. Tour the facility. It's not a huge facility, but it is way bigger than the old clinic up at the elementary middle school. And you can tour these the 4 rooms that they have, and of course they've got that lab. The big thing for them personally here is they do have that provider lounge So in between all the appointments that they're going to be taking place, they'll have a chance to go over there and kind of decompress a little bit. So it's a really nice building. It's set up very, very well. It's set up extremely similar. In fact, it may be basically the same setup as the one out at Arnoldsburg. It's been a while since we've been there, but I think it's very similar to the clinic out at Arnoldsburg. And again, it's the whole reason that they've done this is to help provide quality care closer to the people who are in the southern part of the county. Dr. Frankie talked about, and I just said the Walton area and then the Clendon and Elkview Pinch area, but he was talking about, hey, we've got patients from Clay County who would be better served coming here. And then even some Arnoldsburg people, maybe if they are not at the clinic, they're working their way towards the Charleston area, could come here as well. So I tell you what, it looks. I'm
The damage from the deer.
listen. I'm holding out hope. Did he? Oh, there it is. Yeah. When I looked at the front grill, I didn't see anything.
I see it, Nick.
Oh, that I could pop back in real quick for him. I'm not going to do it because I don't think he wants me out here messing with his vehicle. But I'm telling you, we may see some blue skies here. I'm the eternal optimist, but we may see some blue skies for a second, for a minute.
I don't know about that.
Swolby, he is such a pessimist. He's got an umbrella out. It's not even raining. It's not even
We
raining.
got equipment out here.
Well, it's not that bad. So come here to the Walton Clinic and just tour the facility. It's really, really good. If you are out and about here in the Walton area, or if you're going to be out and about on 119, just make a trip over here. Stop in real quick and say hi to us. We're going to be hanging out here, enjoying our time in the Walton area. I know school's going on right now, but that's okay. Maybe some people maybe some teachers, my former co-workers up at Walton Elementary Middle School, stop down here. I know a lot of teachers, by the way, hit up the Thriftway for lunch when they don't bring their own lunch, so maybe they stop down here anyway. But yeah, it is a very, very wonderful Friday here. We're hoping to talk with some others as we move through the afternoon of the live remotes. If you have any questions, once again, the goal is to get the information out. If you have any questions about what services are provided here, the hours of operation, how to get a hold of the people here, go ahead and send us a comment on the comment section below. I'm getting ready to head back inside, so Wolby can hang out here all he wants. It's fine with me. But like the video, share the video, and then comment on the video if you have any questions. Whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, it doesn't matter to us. Subscribe to us. That is number one. If you are not a subscriber to our Facebook account or our YouTube channel, please do that. We are providing consistent content, whether it be sports related, community related, all the live remotes that we do. We're doing all sorts of stuff. And if you are a subscriber, that helps us continue to build what we're doing here at WVRC. That's just my shameless plug for the station, and hopefully it continues. Yeah, see, Swolby?
One drop.
One drop could ruin it. I tell you what. I'm going to come back out here when I see the blue skies that are going to peek through. Mark my words, we will see blue skies, if not for more than a minute here today. And I can see it right over there. It's coming. Excuse me. I'm telling you. In fact, I might wait out here just to prove you wrong, Swole. Even in a day that's supposed to rain a ton, I could prove you wrong. If I'm inside and blue skies happen, you better show me.
Well, I'm gonna take a break.
Yeah, let's take a little break here. We're going to come back in. We're going to talk. There's a couple here that is looking through the facility, so we're happy to see that. We're going to go hang out for a few. We might grab ourselves something to eat from the Healthy Way Cafe. And then we're going to talk with some of the staff here. They have agreed to be on camera as a group. How about that? We'll take that more than anything else. As long as they agree to be on the camera, we'll be okay with that. So stay tuned with us again. Make sure you like, share, and comment on the video. Did I get it?
Yep.
All right. Well, folks, what you're looking at right now is the front of the building. It is the Walton Medical Clinic, if you can read the sign right there, owned and operated by Hospital Development Corporation, doing business as Roan General Hospital. And the battle of wits between myself and my tech guy and cameraman Swolby, I said that at some point before we're off the air on this live, we may see blue skies. Now, I didn't say they're going to stick around, but if I were quiet, you could hear the birds chirping in the background, and that means that they're coming out. That means the sun is around somewhere. Now, I know that the clouds are still here, but it is starting to get very, very bright off in the distance, and I do believe we may see some blue skies, if not for more than a minute, at least for a minute. And if I'm right, Swolby owes me $1 million, so that's good. We're here live at the Walton Medical Clinic. Again, this is the grand opening for this building. A lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of planning had to go into this. And again, Roan General Hospital continuing to try to expand and improve the services that they have for their patients. And this is a great opportunity to do that for the southern part of the county. We talked about the Walton area being served by this, the Clendenin, Pinch, Elkview area being served by this. Dr. Frankie talked about many patients from Clay County, easy to get to this facility. And again, not knocking Charleston and their facilities or anything, just some people, and many people in fact, don't want to fight the traffic, try to find parking spots, the big areas, the big locations. This is a small, rural, easily accessible clinic. And so this may be really good for a lot of people who would prefer that type of environment to get some care. And again, it's the basic acute care services that they provide here. They're open 8 to 5 starting Monday morning. So you could call in and get an appointment with Laura Smith or any of the other providers that they offer here. 8 to 5, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Again, they're open here today. If you have some lumps, bumps, and bruises and you need some care, I'm sure, come in. They will take care of you. You could be the first patient, in fact, at the Walton Clinic. But they do invite you to come down here. Number one, the reason they're all here, the reason they've brought some refreshments and some food is they want to show people and show off this brand new facility that they have. So you can come down. They'll give you a tour of the facility. You can grab something to eat. You can ask some questions. If you're in the area and you want to start making appointments, go ahead and come in and make appointments. They are ready to go to take appointments here today. And it'll just be an opportunity for you to meet with the staff here, meet with the people who will be serving this community, and so just serving this area. And again, these are a lot of the staff members who were working at the clinic up when it was at the elementary middle school, and now they've expanded their building, they've expanded the size, they've expanded the opportunities to provide. We took a little tour around the facility. 4 provider rooms. They also have a lab, and they have a provider lounge. They've got a lot of area that they can get some stuff done for you guys here. This basic service is provided. And I'm still waiting for the blue skies to pop through. I'm telling you. When my eyes are starting to strain a little bit, that means it's getting really, really bright. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. And it doesn't have to be blue all the way. I just have to see a little blue in the sky. So those rain clouds will just go away. Again, we're going to move in here in just a second. We're going to talk with some of the nurses, some of the frontline workers that are going to be out here helping provide services for the patients at the Walton Clinic. I'm still working on trying to get Heather Nichols on the air. She is the marketing director, and again, that's an important position here. In fact, she's the one that got a hold of us to try to help promote this event. She's the one that tries to bring the media outlets in to talk about the things that are happening with the Roan General Hospital. She's the one that really is, she's on the front line of promoting the hospital and showing what the hospital is doing and what they are capable of, what they have been doing over the last 10, 15 years in expanding their services, not only locally at the hospital itself, the many different types of services that they have expanded on providing. And now with this expansion to the other areas of the county and the communities that they serve. Again, they have the Arnoldsburg Clinic that opened up a couple years ago that we did a live for. They've got now this Walton Clinic. They still have the Gary Clinic on the other part of the southern part of the county. They have the 2 clinics in different opportunities, actually up at Roane General Hospital's facility. So they've got lots of opportunities to serve people in different ways. I'm telling you, the sun's coming, Swole. It's coming. I'm going to go back inside, and whenever Swolby gets done enjoying nature, he'll join me, and we'll get some people on the air. Don't worry, we are not in a tornado right now. That's Swolby trying to figure out how to get inside the door. Yeah, without bashing the door. That's the last thing we need here at WVRC is to break a new door, break the glass in it, have to pay for it. That would be an independent contractor pay from Swolby. That would not be me. So who are we got? Is somebody going to talk?
Well, they're wanting me to, but I don't really want to.
You don't got to be on camera if you don't.
You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to.
You can just talk on the mic if you don't want to be on
Sound like a hick.
Listen, I sound like a hick. Yeah. Well,
We are hit.
all right, I'm going to unmute it. And you
Okay,
guys
wait a
can be
minute,
the...
wait a minute. Don't unmute yet. Let's have a
Check, check, test, test. I'm already on, so don't worry about it.
So what do you want me to say?
Listen,
What are you gonna ask?
don't you worry. This is going to be very simple.
I only showed you.
All you got to do is clip this mic on and just go with the flow. I promise you, I am going to be gentle. I'm going to be like the providers here at the Walton
You
Medical
know
Clinic.
who I am, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Just all you got to do is clip it on. I'm telling you. Or you can hold it. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to
So
put
I
you on.
have to do something to it? I hold it back?
No, you can just hold it where it is.
Okay.
It's a pretty good mic.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Turn it and point it up.
oh yeah, there is
way?
a little, that microphone thing is kind of the deal.
What are you doing, Mom?
She's trying to take off right now.
Well, get over here out of camera.
All right, so we are joined-ish by Kathy Parsons, who is not on the air. She is available to our right, to your left on the camera. Okay, so we were wondering if we're going to get anybody who could be a possible patient into the building here today. I know the weather is not good. I know it's been a rough day. I still say we're going to see blue skies maybe for a minute or two, so I'm looking forward to that. But I wanted to get the perspective of a potential patient here, somebody who lives in the community, as to how much or how important it is for patients to have a clinic so close to your community. Why is that such an important deal for you guys here in Walton?
Well, I think it's very important because at least the drive to Spencer is 30 minutes. The drive to Charleston's 45. We are already patients, my husband and I and my mother, with Laura, and we went over to the school. What's very important with the location here is I think it's much more visible
Yes.
to the public, and maybe the people who didn't know that they were open to the public at school will now see it and know. When we travel to our sons, we pass the Arnoldsburg one. We're very impressed by the look of that.
Yeah.
So we are extremely happy that they are our neighbors now.
Yeah, and we were talking about this with Leah James. We talked with Laura Smith about the fact that location is so important in a county that is so spread out geographically. And again, this is for acute care basic services, but in order to better serve the customers and the patients for Rowan General Hospital, they want to get their clinics out into these locations. And now when you think about what Rowan General's done, they have a clinic in Gary. They have this clinic. Of course, they had the clinic, as you mentioned, but maybe even with as much marketing as you could do, people may have not known that there was a clinic out here. If you don't see it, out of sight, out of mind, this is
Exactly.
right on the main road, 119. This is heavily trafficked. But for you guys as patients, for those general health visits that you guys have, to not have to make the 30-minute or 45-minute drive is massive for you guys.
Yes, it very much is. And the fact that you're not going to a doctor's office in Charleston that's full of sick people,
Yes.
that you can run over here, get diagnosed, get your medicine called in, and be good to go back home. You're not around 14, 15 people in a waiting room sick.
You know, and that's something that I had talked about this morning when we first started, but hearing it from an actual patient, it's an important part of your hospital or your doctor visits. Not having to go through the traffic of Charleston, not that that's bad. I mean, Charleston is fine, but many people would not like to be through the heavy traffic of Charleston, trying to find a parking spot, going into a building, as you said, that is heavily trafficked, lots of people, huge building, overwhelming situation. Some people, many people, would like to just be in a smaller, closer knit environment, if you want to call it that.
Yes, and Walton has a large community number of members that are older.
Yeah.
And they may have to borrow someone to take them to Charleston, that if they can come here and see a cardiologist or see Laura for a cold, it's so much easier,
Yeah.
so much better.
Yeah, it takes a lot of stress off of people. And again, if you're sick, that's bad enough to be sick and stressed, so you don't want to be any more stressed. So.
Exactly.
Well, we just wanted to hear from a patient who happened to come through here. And I assume you're here today just to hang out, or are you actually getting an appointment already?
No, so we're already patients with Laura.
Yeah.
We just came to see the new building.
Okay.
And welcome them home.
Yeah.
And welcome to our neighborhood. We just live across the street. So it's great.
It's almost walking distance for these guys. So.
It is.
Well,
It is.
Kathy, thank you for joining us. We do appreciate it. Coming from the perspective of an actual client, actual patient of one of the providers who's going to be here. And again, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. As Laura said, for your what was your lumps, bumps, and bruises, you can walk in here. But again, if you have all those basic needs, you can come here to the Walton Clinic, and it's so much more convenient for the people here in Walton. Thank you very much, Kathy.
You're welcome.
And very easy. See, no problems at all. Everybody freaks out for no reason about this stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. It's so easy to get this stuff done. So.
Even her with her black eye.
Yeah, now, we didn't show the black eye. Maybe that was a walk into the wall embarrassing moment for her. We don't know.
She doesn't know how it happened.
Still don't know how it happened. All right.
Her, somebody asked her if her husband hit her.
Oh, my gosh.
She's not even home.
Oh, this is a good place for a black.
Well, Kathy, a former very good athlete, by the way, so.
Yeah, she played
I hope,
basketball at Glenville.
yeah, I hope it's not a
for
trip and
years.
fall accident for her, because she's got to have good balance and stuff like that, so.
And she played softball till I told her, I said, you're getting too old for that.
Well, they also had an offspring that played baseball at Glenville State as well, so the DNA runs strong with the athletics in there. We know
Did you go to
Aaron.
Glenville?
No, but I know Aaron well, so.
Oh, Aaron.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That's my buddy.
No.
And his little boy, Lincoln, he calls me Mamaw Faye.
Now, herein lies the fact that I'm getting way, way older, because I remember Aaron in high school when I broadcasted his name on the air, and now he's got kids, so. We're here live at the Walton Clinic, folks. Again, they are going to be open officially for business Monday. They're taking appointments right now if you want to walk in, and here in just a second. And in fact, I'm going to go sit down in the chair. How about that? I'm tired of standing up. I'm going to sit down in the chair. All righty. Who do we have that's going to slide over here? You can all sit, but can you slide over here so we can talk? And if you don't mind, I'm going to move this over.
No.
And I'm going to put this microphone right here. Just make sure you all talk loud enough. All righty. Now, you guys are behind the scenes, as people tend to be sometimes, but you guys are the front line of this clinic here, and you deserve recognition. Whether you want it or not, you're going to get it here in just a second. So I want to introduce all of the workers here who are going to help make this place run smoothly. I know a couple of you. I don't know all of you, so I need to get names, date of birth, Social Security, blood samples,
Yes, that's me.
Mother's maiden name.
blood samples, mother's maiden
You want
name.
mine or someone else's?
So we'll go from right to left on our camera here, and go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell us what it is you all are going to be doing here at this clinic. In fact, to do this, I'm going to have you hold it and then pass it. All right. First up. I know, Kevin, but I'm going to make you do the whole thing. No, not the birth certificate. Just your name and what it is your job is here and what you'll be doing. Sorry, no Social Security numbers.
My name is Cava Lucas, and I am going to be the registration person when you first come in the door, and I will take your appointment and book your appointment with whichever provider that you're going to see while you come.
So you are the bookkeeper. You're the one that tells people and tells your providers, this person's coming in.
Exactly.
This is when they're coming. You better be prepared for them.
Exactly.
And they're always going to be feeling great. They're never going to be mad or in a bad mood when they see you. It's always going to be easy, right?
I wouldn't say that.
So Cava is going to be the front desk lady. You're going to see her first and foremost with a smile on her face. She's never having a bad day. She's never going to have any problems whatsoever.
Oh, yeah. let's just say pretend.
You'll fake it till you make it, if nothing else.
Yes, exactly.
So Cav is the one you're going to be calling in, and oh man, where's the sheet? Swalby 577-6815. Did I get it right?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, I've done it well enough now. 6815. I think I'll remember for the rest of this live. So if you're looking for an appointment, and again, you guys are booking starting Monday,
yes, today.
right?
They can call today and get an appointment. We can book them Monday. We open up on June the 2nd.
Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. is when the clinic will be open for many of the basic services that you provide. Cava, you did a fantastic job. You've set the bar high for the next one, so pass it on over to our LPN here.
I am Cricket Angle. I am the nurse here at Walton Medical Clinic. So I'm the one that takes the patients back, gets them in the room, gets them prepared and set up for the provider that's here primarily, which is Laura Smith. So that's basically what I do.
Yeah, and here's the deal. When we talk about unsung heroes, when I go to the doctor usually, I spend more time with the first lady who brings me into the room, who does all the basic vitals. I spend more time with you than I do with the doctor. No, I don't have any problems with the doctors, all right? I'm just saying. That's on Nurses Week, you should be thankful for the nurses. That's all I'm saying, okay? And so you'll be the first one they see, and you'll be the one that gets them set up with these 4 provider rooms. Those are very nice rooms, by the way.
Yep.
I choose the first one, by the way. It's the biggest one. I don't know if we can.
I like that.
Are we allowed to
because my
pick them?
feet touch the ground.
Yeah. Are we allowed to pick the rooms that we get to go to?
The high and low bed.
That's what we're all.
Yeah, that's the one that Leah James said that she liked too, because it's a larger room, number one, and again, that bed is adjustable. I'm going to keep it low because it made me look like I was tall, and I'm so not tall. So, Cricket, thank you very much. Who do we have beside you?
I'm Sarah, LPN. I work with cardiology, mostly in Spencer at Rowan General at that clinic, but I could also come here.
So you have to deal with Dr. Frankie?
I do. I know.
Is he still here, by the way?
He is.
Oh, man, he's tall, by the way. Speaking of that, he's got a good sense of humor, I will say that.
He does.
So you're going to be working with the cardiac, I guess we'd be cardiac
Yeah,
patients?
cardiology.
Oh,
Yep.
cardiology. See, I that's why I ask these questions, because I don't know. So the cardiology patients that will come and see the 3 doctors. So I got Dr. Frankie down, and then he was going to mention the other 2 cardiologists, and then just called them by their first name.
So
Who were the other 2?
We got David Adkins and Kevin Fletcher.
Okay, I'll try to remember Atkins and Fletcher this time out of my head, because he was like, yeah, Dave and Kevin. I was like, who's that?
Kevin's super talkative. As soon as you meet him, you won't be able to forget him. He just talks a lot.
Well, I remember Dr. Frankie because we had him on a podcast already.
Right.
What a story he had. He's already talked about killing a deer accidentally with his vehicle out there. I didn't see any damage to it at first, and I looked at the side and realized where it was. The first time we met Dr. Frankie, and this is a good story, we had him on the podcast, and he talked about the first time he ever came to Rowan County. He was playing baseball for George Washington High School. And after the game, he and his buddy went to Wendy's and saw a fight in Rowan County. I was like, yeah, that's not totally uncommon. See that? So anyway, Sarah, thank you. She's going to be working with the cardiologist here. And who's the last one?
I'm Katie Mathis. I'm an LPN, and I also work with cardiology. And I'll be the one that comes here and covers the 3 Wednesdays a month that they're here.
Okay.
Yep. And then in Spencer, I'm Dr. Frankie's nurse primarily.
So you're working with him, and you're kind of traveling. So the cardiology services, as we said, all 3 are going to be working out here, and it's just Wednesdays? Is that correct? Okay. I wasn't sure if they were going to split the Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So Wednesdays is going to be the day if people are looking for their cardiology service. And I'm sure, not that they are not already talking with their doctors about that, but so Wednesdays will be the day that you guys are working with those patients here. Will you guys be here the other days of the week, or are you just going to be traveling? Okay.
Just Wednesdays. The rest of the days that we're scheduled we'll be in Spencer.
Okay, so you 2 are going to be here all the time.
Yep.
All right, so you guys.
Domain.
This is your domain too, by the way. This is, and again, as we said, those doctors there, they don't know what they're doing. I'm just saying. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Well, thank you guys for introducing yourselves, number one. And again, we invite people to come in here. I know the weather just kills things for people. People don't like to be out and about in weather, but right now it's not even raining. It's a really nice day at the moment. I know the rain's coming again. But if you can brave getting to this facility, you're only going to be outside for a couple of seconds as you walk to the front door. we invite you guys to come in here and talk with these ladies who you're going to be talking to if you're a patient out here. Stop in, view the location. They'll give you a tour. It's not the hugest building in the world, so it's easy to find everything very quickly. They'll talk about the services they provide. And if there's any food left after I'm done, you can get something to eat. They got the Healthy Way Cafe food going on over there. And it's just it's an opportunity for them to announce, hey, we're here. This is who we are. I assume that most of the people that are going to see you guys have probably seen you anyway. It's just here's the location now. And I think it's a great location. If you worked at the clinic up at the elementary school, many people may have not, even with the marketing that could be done, may have not known that there was actually a clinic up there because it was kind of tucked away. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we didn't even know this place existed. So.
And so now it is wide open. I don't know how in the world, who is the land person for the hospital, but they found that place at Arnoldesburg, right on the main drag on 16. And 119, one of the more heavily trafficked roads in and out of Roane County, found this place right off of the road. And it's such a good location because it's doing its own marketing. People are like, oh my gosh, there's a clinic there. And now that people know that it's open, you guys are here to serve. And thank you guys for joining us. I'm hoping it was as painless as removing a Band-Aid. Nothing to it, right? Yeah. So these are some of the ones, some of the faces you guys are going to see. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then Wednesdays over there. You're going to see them as they help provide greater service. And again, I think if Heather Nichols would ever just allow me to put a mic on her, she's the marketing person for the hospital. And her job is to promote this place, right? And I think that I have an idea because they're going to have to change the motto.
She could come back here and sit.
Yeah, see, and we would even put her on the
And Barb Ellis, she could.
This, yeah, we need to get Barb Ellis on. And now she's kind of intimidating, and she can like look at me and say I'm not going on the air, and I can say you're not going on the air. But I think I've got to get Heather on to suggest that they change the motto from care you can trust close to home to care you can trust closer to home. Yeah. You've got the Gary Clinic, the Arnoldesburg Clinic, the Walton Clinic. You guys got locations far and wide here in the southern part of the county. Well, thank you all. Painless, mostly?
Yes.
Good. All right, well, next time I come out, we're going to get you guys on camera all the time. No big deal. It's going to be very easy to do. I'm going to move your flowers back, too, because those are very pretty. Great stuff for the... I don't know who sent those flowers. I should have brought some flowers, Swelby. Where were you on that one? Never come empty-handed to an opportunity for an opening. And unfortunately, I did come empty-handed here, other than the equipment that we brought. So those are the faces that you guys are going to see here. And again, those are familiar faces. If you are a patient out here in the Walton area at the Walton Clinic, in general, then you're going to see Cava, front desk worker. And again, you can call in 304-577-6815. Oh, you got it on the screen now? Is it 68 or 86? 68. I got it right the first time. 6815. And again, as Cava said, you can stop in here today and start making appointments, or you can call in today. They're taking appointments as they're going to open this clinic 8 a.m. on Monday morning. They'll be open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You're going to see Cricket. She's the LPN. She's going to be the one that gets you set up before Laura comes to see you guys. And then, of course, the other two LPNs working with cardiology, and they'll be working with those three cardiologists, Dr. Frankie, Dr. Atkins, and Dr. Fletcher. Got it right, Swelby. Got it right. And so they'll be here on Wednesdays as well. So that's just the staff that works here. We're so excited that this place is open. We're going to continue to hang around here, Swelby. I don't know. You might be right. Well, there may not be any blue skies coming.
When you were talking to Kathy.
Oh, what? No, it was. It's not even raining right now.
It was pouring.
All right. Well, we may not see the blue skies I was hoping for, but that's okay. We're going to be hanging out here nonetheless. Once again, folks, we invite you to please stop down here and take a trip around the facility, take a tour of the Walton Medical Clinic that is officially going to be open coming this Monday. Again, they are taking patients now. They're taking, accepting patients right now. And again, even Laura Smith, the provider here, the main provider, said, well, we take lumps, bumps, and bruises. So if you happen to have a lump, bump, and a bruise today, they're here. Maybe they can give you a little bit of care quickly. Once again, we do appreciate everybody for tuning in. And we thank you for tuning in. But if you want to help us here at the radio station, we have a couple of extra requests for you. First off, if you are not a subscriber to us on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, please make the decision to do that. It's just a couple of clicks of the button, and it helps us continue to provide better and better quality services on our live remotes, our sports. We've got a lot of stuff in the works between now and next fall. And the more followers we get, the better opportunity we have to serve you guys. So please subscribe to our channel. Tell your friends, tell your family members to head on over to our business page on Facebook and our YouTube channel. And please follow us. The more followers, the better. On top of that, we would invite you to please just hit the like button on this video. Share this video. The more shares we get, the more eyes, the better it is for the business that we are trying to promote. We got a lot of stuff coming up. In fact, tomorrow morning, we're going to be busy again. We're going to head over to the AMA area as S2F Construction, Steve Kinder and Misty Kinder and their crew, they have put together a really fun fundraiser for a couple of very deserving students, one from Roane County High School and one from Calhoun County High School. They are trying to raise some money. The Calhoun County High School young lady is Lauren Lovejoy. She is going to graduate next week from Calhoun County High School, and she needs some assistance heading to college, and she's going to be working on studying, I believe, nursing. Don't hold me to that. That's where we're going to talk to them. And then from Roane County High School, a sophomore in Anthony Reese Thornabar, who is a very good young student and is trying to raise some money for some FBLA opportunities, some trips, and some opportunities to expand his horizons. So we do appreciate Steve and Misty with S2F Construction and the others who are helping sponsor a poker run tomorrow morning. That's going to start at about 9 o'clock with the registration at Keen's Quality Meats, the building right off of the AMA exit. It's exit 25, I believe, off of I-79. So we're going to be set up over there and ready to go live from 9 a.m. to about 11 a.m. They're going to be doing registration at 9, and then they are going to send off the riders for the poker run at about 11 o'clock. Now, I do need to talk with Steve a little bit more, and I think he said because of the weather forecast and the weather we've had, I think they may be expanding the poker run to 2 opportunities, one this Saturday, tomorrow morning, and then one next Saturday morning. But again, we'll talk with all that, but that'll be our next live remote that we're doing. And then don't forget, throughout the summer, we're going to be doing some fun stuff on the radio side of things. We're going to be going live with, of course, the LOL, Loads of Laugh comedy show with Joe McDonald and Mike Metz. We just saw Mike here a little bit ago. He is also an IT guy here for the hospital. And we're going to be reviving the Homegrown show, Homegrown Local Talent. We've got our next episode. We've been without that episode for a full year. So we're going to go back to that starting in a couple of weeks on a Saturday evening. Our first guest is scheduled to be Roane County native and Asheville transplant Eric Barker. We're going to have him in studio talking about his musical journey. He's going to play some live music for us. We're going to highlight some more local musicians on that Saturday night. Stay tuned. And again, you got to follow us on Facebook to see when that actually is going to take place. I think the scheduled date, it might be June 14th, but don't hold us to that. And again, we got a lot more stuff coming up. And if you follow us, if you subscribe to our channels, you can help us continue to create great new content. We're going to stay live here at the Roane General Hospital Medical Clinic in Walton for about another hour, hoping to see CEO Doug Bentz. We're holding with bated breath, fingers crossed, and we're hoping to get him out here to talk about this incredible expansion opportunity into the Walton community. Of course, they had the clinic before up at the elementary middle school, but this is a different animal right off of 119. Bigger building, more services provided, bigger area, and just a great opportunity to expand the services. Hang tight with us, folks, and we'll be back in just a bit. Ah, why do I have to stand in front of the camera, Swalby? I'm telling you what. Test, test, can you hear me? Okay, folks, what you're looking at right now is the waiting room at Roane General Hospital's brand new clinic out at Walton. So the Walton Clinic, and again, they had a clinic for many years up at the elementary middle school. It was behind the facility. It was kind of sharing some space with the school nurse, and so not a whole lot of space available there. And of course, with Roane General continuing to try to expand their services and provide the best possible care that they can here in each and every way that they can do it, they found the land here in Walton right off of interstate, or not interstate, right off of the Route 119 exit. And so now we are here. And I'll swing this around. Of course, this is the view from the waiting area. And of course, there's our buddy Swalby, who never gets on the camera whatsoever. But the front door to his right, you walk in, and right there is the main desk. And again, that's where you're going to talk with Cava Lucas, who we had on the air just a little bit ago. That's where you'll check in. And then, of course, after that, you'll go back to one of the 4 provider areas. And brand new facility here. There are 4 rooms to provide services. There's also a little lab. They can do some basic blood work, give you some opportunities to get those done. Also, again, they're open Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Laura Smith is the chief provider here at the Walton Clinic. But also we talked with Dr. Frankie, Dr. Atkins, and Dr. Fletcher, all 3 the cardiologists at Roane General Hospital, are going to be providing some basic services here at this Walton Clinic on Wednesdays. We talked with their 2 nurses who kind of travel with them to the different facilities. And so today is kind of their grand opening. Of course, the weather never the best to cooperate with us, but right now it is not raining. It hasn't rained for a little while, and so this is a very easy location to get to right off of the main road here, 119, as you go through Walton. If you're heading from Walton to Charleston, just look to your left. Once you get past the Walton Thriftway and a couple of houses, you're going to see it. And then if you're coming in from Charleston to Walton, it'll be right on your right before you go into the town. And again, today is just the grand opening kind of celebration to show off this brand new facility. Had an opportunity to talk again with the main provider here, Laura Smith, and she talked about the services that will be provided here. And again, they've expanded the opportunities to serve their community out here with some of the things they're capable of versus what they were able to do with the space limitations at the previous location up at Walton Elementary Middle School. We got a chance to talk with Dr. Frankie again about the cardiology services that will be provided here on Wednesdays by appointment. We talked to the LPNs that are working at this clinic. Cricket working Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then of course the other 2 working with the cardiologists on Wednesdays. And we're hoping to get a chance to talk with a couple of others. I don't think berating the Roane General Hospital Marketing Director, Heather Nichols, has worked, although she's the one that brought us out here, so I'm going to do my best to badger her into at least talking to us. Not necessarily on camera. We got a chance to talk to one of the patients, by the way. We talked with Kathy Parsons, and both she and her parents were here as they have been longtime patients of Laura Smith at the medical clinic when it was up at the elementary middle school. And so they're very excited to have this well-located building, much smaller environments, much more laid back. Don't have to travel through the Charleston traffic. And they don't have to make the trip 30 minutes into Spencer. It's just a much better location for them. And they represent, again, a lot of the patients that are going to be here from the Walton area and from the surrounding areas here out at Walton. The couple we haven't got the chance to talk to, Heather Nichols, is still here, by the way. And, of course, Barb Ellis is here as well, long time administrator here for Rowan General Hospital. And we were hoping against all hope to get a chance to see CEO Doug Bentz. I know the plans were to get him here, but again, he has got a busy schedule. By the way, Swolby, I would like you to leave your chair. I'd like you to take a look outside right now and show me what it is you see out there. Let's just look. What is that we see in the top left of the camera, the bottom left of the camera, and right in the bottom center above the trees? That would be blue skies. No, the bet was all day while we were on this live, and I am proving it to everybody who is tuning in. If you look right, let me get my finger in the view, right there. Blue skies, blue skies, blue skies. I said it, I meant it, and now my cameraman and tech guy Swolby now owes me for the rest of his life $1 million. You heard it here. I said it, and I meant it, and I won. I won that bet. Blue skies throughout, I'm telling you, folks. They're all over the place now. Look at this. Oh. Blue skies everywhere. Blue skies everywhere. That should provide, the blue sky should provide Heather Nichols plenty of motivation to at least get on the air. Even if she doesn't go on camera, it'd be great to talk to her. I only have 2 more people I want to talk to here. Barb Ellis and Heather Nichols. A couple of others. Are those patients that you guys are going to say? All right, fantastic. I don't want to force the patients to be on the air. I already snuck a picture of Swolby on the camera, which is never happening. This is the most he's ever been on camera, and we've done a lot of remotes.
I don't like it.
Now everybody recognizes him, they know who he is.
I'm going to stay in the corner now.
I think Heather's getting ready. He really does make it feel like you don't realize you're on.
Exactly. It's a conversation. Listen, if you're more comfortable over there, I'll just throw the mic on you and you can stay there and we'll talk to you. She doesn't have to be close. Yes, absolutely. You don't have to be on camera.
Look, they can hear you all the way from over there, and we'll just show Drew.
Yeah, just show me. Everybody's used to seeing my ugly mug. I've only got 2 more people. Yeah, listen to Barb saying it. It's just a minute. Barb's coming next. Yeah. I could see if I were an intimidating figure, but I am not that whatsoever. Wait a minute. Well, is it not only blue skies but sun?
No, it won't last long, okay? Don't get your...
Well, listen, here's the deal. It doesn't have, I said it only had to last 1 minute, and blue skies everywhere right now. I've got witnesses that I won that bet. Has anybody heard from Doug Bentz? Is the CEO going to make it out here, or is he busy? He's going to try his best. He's running out of time for us. How long is this going on today? Is it just until 2 for you guys as well? Okay, so yeah, he's running out of time. Not that we don't talk to him all the time anyway. You know, we've had 2 podcast episodes with him on. And of course, I see him all the time at the gym as well. And there is the sun. You can no longer tell me that the sun's not shining. Blue skies, sun shining. It is a great day to be here in Walton, West Virginia at this clinic. Again, we're having a good time here at WVRC. We're glad for people who have joined us throughout this, and we hope that you continue to watch all of our live remotes that we have. If you have any questions, again, we've got the camera we've got the laptop right behind us. We're checking in to make sure that if anybody has any questions about this facility, then they can get those questions answered. Again, they are taking appointments right now. Cav is here, and they're taking appointments at this clinic for Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can just call 304-577-6815, 577-6815. In fact, am I pointing the right finger up in the corner?
This way.
Okay, this way.
No, you had it right.
Did I have it right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to go opposites.
Yeah, it's that way.
So right up here in the corner is where you'll see the business card there. And again, they're providing basic services, acute services, as the director, Leah James, said here, just as they do at the Arnoldsburg Clinic, just as they do at the other clinics. Basic appointments, things like that. They also have a little lab here so they can do some blood work. Of course, not the main stuff. They'll have to send that in, but they can do the basic blood work here. They can get you in and out relatively quickly. Leah James was talking about how, the waiting game when you're trying to see a doctor or your primary care physician or provider sometimes can get a little bit long. In this facility, they're not going to have long wait lines, things like that. It's going to be very, very much sped up. It's going to be in, out, and done with your daily trips. They also, again, are going to have the cardiology services on Wednesdays here. Dr. Frankie, Dr. Atkins, and Dr. Fletcher, all three are going to be rotating, providing services. And again, that's the basic services for the cardiology that they're going to be providing here. And today is just a day to kind of celebrate the grand opening. A lot of hard work, a lot of planning, and a lot of effort went into this, a lot of fundraising, grant money, things like that. And you got to find the location. They found a perfect location right off 119. Then you got to break ground. Then the construction has to happen, all the logistics. You got to staff this place. Of course, having to find the providers. It's nice to have one who lives in the backyard here just a few minutes away, and Laura Smith. And again, got to make sure it's staffed up, got to make sure you're ready to go with it. And again, all the logistics that come into doing things properly for a clinic. They've done it again. Rowan General Hospital continues to provide care you can trust, closer. I'm telling you, if Heather actually comes on here, I'm going to tell her she's got to change that, closer to home. So yeah, just come down here. We've seen a couple patients actually stop in just to view the area. A lot of people, I'm sure, who will come here as patients probably have driven back and forth and seen the construction being done. But now's the opportunity today until 2 o'clock to stop in here and just take a quick look around. The waiting room, they've got 4 rooms to provide. They've got the lab, all sorts of stuff. It's always good to see new things. I enjoy seeing new things as well. So we're here for just another few minutes. What time is it now, Swoon? We're here for just another 40 minutes or so. And so we invite you to come in. There's still plenty of food, by the way. The Healthy Way Cafe, if you're not familiar with that, the Healthy Way Cafe is just off the new part of the expansion at the hospital where they have the cardiac rehab, physical therapy, and the fitness center. The Healthy Way Cafe is right there when you go in for registration, and they have provided really good stuff. They've got wraps, and they're healthy wraps. They've got chicken, they've got roast beef, and I believe maybe they've got turkey. I just had a couple of them. They're fantastic. Now, they do have cookies too. I try to stay away from them. I have done it so far. I'm trying to drink my black coffee and avoid eating 17 cookies, which I have the capability of doing. But you can come in here and you can grab something to eat real quick. Talk with all the people who work here. Again, those are the people you're going to see. You're going to see Cavalucas when you walk in the front door. You're going to see Cricket when she takes you back and get you set. And you're going to see Laura Smith here again. Dr. Frankie is still here. He is the one that's kind of representing the 3 cardiologists. And so we're just here having a good time. And again, we're making fun with each other. We're having a good time, but we're trying to get information to you guys. So if you have any questions, number 1, send us a message on the comment. It's right below on your video. If you're watching the video, there is a place that says comment. Click on that little area and make a comment. Snide remarks, please keep those from the comment section if you can. Any new comments? Just good stuff. Yeah, this place is wonderful. It looks great. It absolutely does. All right. Okay, I do have a muted button. Has anybody worked up the courage yet? I'll just do this. It'll be like hypnosis. Is there anything I should know about the facility that I haven't covered yet? Is there anything I need to know? Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 8 to 5. Call 577-6815. Cardiology services on Wednesdays on rotation with Dr. Fletcher, Dr. Atkins, and Dr. Frankie. Walk-in services, as Laura Smith, the provider, said, for lumps, bumps, and bruises. You're going to get to see Cavalucas when you walk in first. She's going to be one taking all of the, what are those things when you plan ahead? Appointments? I don't do appointments. I'm always walk-in for stuff that I do. Hey, there's one thing we can show. They got a fire exit plan. And again, the hope was that Doug Bentz would be out here. And again, it's not like he has a bunch to do. It's not like he's running an entire hospital system or anything like that. So, well, it looks as if the blue skies are kind of waning here, but that's okay because I won the bet. It was blue skies. There was sun shining. I just stared directly into the sun, which you're not supposed to do. And I may have permanent cataract damage from that, but that is quite all right. Again, we do appreciate everybody for tuning in. Yeah, I do appreciate that, Jeanette. Of course, Jeanette Atkinson, a local resident. So we do appreciate all of you for tuning in, and thank you all for the comments. I always like to see the comments, like to hear where people are watching from. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to send them to us. That's fine. Once again, please like and share this video if you can. Comment. Let us know where you're watching from. If you have any questions about the services provided, when, where, how, why, they call it the 5 W's and the H of questioning. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. I think that's what it is. I learned that in Broadcasting 101. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. We're going to be hanging out here for probably another 40 minutes, folks, and then we are going to wrap it up here from the Walton Clinic. But we do invite you to come in, stop in, say hi to us. We're hanging out, having a fun time, trying to berate these people into talking with us, and at some point maybe we'll get somebody on the air. Not a big deal. So until then, we're going to go silent for just a second so I can talk to Swolby, yell at him for the mistakes that are being made here, and we'll be right back. We have confirmation. Doug Bentz is on his way. We're gonna have to force him to lay down on the chair, on the big long. Yeah. We'll get him to lay down George Costanza style when he made that portrait. Man, we thought for a second we were going to get Heather Nichols on the air. She came over and looked like she was ready to go, and then she said, "Nah." Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this mic on, and I'm going to act like I'm Heather Nichols, and I'm going to answer the questions as Heather that I would ask Heather, and I'm going to answer them as Heather. So, Heather, what's it like being the marketing director of a big hospital? It's everything I ever wanted. It's the greatest job in the world, never stressful whatsoever. My favorite customer to deal with is WVRC and Andrew Miller. In fact, he's probably the greatest boss ever, and he's certainly the easiest client I've ever worked with. Well, thank you very much, Heather. I appreciate that. I do what I can to provide. Well, you do more than provide. You make my life better and easier in all forms and fashions. Heather, you're the greatest interviewee I've ever had. You're welcome. See, I'm just saying. What are you? So Swolby now is looking confused, and I never like to see that. I wasn't muted, was I? No. That's probably Swolby.
Yeah, it was.
Of course it was. So now we're kind of anxiously awaiting the Rome General Hospital CEO, Doug Bentz. He's going to make a trip over here. Now the question is, should we shove a camera in his face as soon as he gets in, or should we give him a chance to walk through? Not as if he hasn't before. I'm sure he has walked through. Oh, by the way, so there'll be more blue in the sky. Starting to be a nice afternoon here in Spencer, West Virginia.
Walton.
And Walton, wow.
Yeah.
See, that's why he's here. Listen, that's one thing that's really cool. I don't know if you guys were here earlier and watched some of the early parts of this. When we took a trip through, we actually walked through on a tour of the facility. And outside the patient rooms, each room has a sign that says, you know, patient room 1, patient room 2, whatever it is. And they've got a Walton tiger paw on them below, and they're in green. That's what we said, this is tiger country. And he made sure to put the emphasis tiger country, talking about his southern accent. But it's nice to kind of have that pride in Walton still as they do here, and just to kind of pay a little homage to that, pay homage to the fact that it is here in Walton, West Virginia. I know there is a lot of still pride in this community, nonetheless. You know, it's a small town, small communities, and oftentimes you don't have that excitement about your small area, and they still do out here. And so here's another thing to be very proud of in Walton. They've got their own clinic here, a chance to provide a lot closer service and quality service for the patients here. Yeah, listen, I know a lot of people don't like to be on camera.
You can move over here. Get in front of it.
Listen.
You have to be on camera at all times.
So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to stand up, and we're going to have Doug Benz sit down, and we'll be the same height right here. We're going to be the same height right here. That's what's going to happen. Oh, we got a couple of other Walton faithful here. Did you guys come here just to talk with us or just to view? Oh, okay.
See, she left me behind the school.
Yes, they did.
How are you?
Libby, feel free to get on the radio with me if you'd like. She said no too. Sorry.
Nobody wants to talk to us.
I try to be the least. I try to be the least intimidating human being in the world. I try not to be a hard interviewer. You know, there are some interviewers in the world who are real hard-hitting people. They'll get confrontational. That's not me. I don't do that stuff. I'm more of an informational interviewer. But we are going to be joined right at the end of this broadcast by Doug Benz. And again, I do have some very fun and important questions for Doug. Again, about the vision of Roane General Hospital, number one. The vision that started when he came on as CEO. And he's been here for quite a while now. And then from that beginning to providing extended services at the hospital, you know, they are able to bring in a lot of things that small community hospitals just are not able to provide. And then the vision to expand, not only the big expansion project with the actual facility at Roane General Hospital that now houses, again, cardiac rehab, physical therapy, the fitness center, and all of the other stuff that goes on there, but the forward thinking and the vision to provide clinic opportunities. Instead of saying, here we are, we provide all this stuff for you guys, you got to come to us. They didn't sit or rest on their laurels. They went to the communities. They went to Arnoldsburg and built another one of these clinics to provide closer service to the folks over there. They've got the clinic out at Gary to provide services to folks over there. And now they have this Walton clinic. Of course, again, they had the clinic. It was up at the elementary middle school, but the space was severely limited. It just wasn't doing what they thought it was capable of doing. And so they found this area, they built this new clinic, and they're going to be open for business on Monday. So I've got a lot of questions to ask about how that happened and, you know, the thought process behind it. And obviously the excitement that I'm sure Doug and the rest of the administrators and the people that work here feel about this clinic. So hang tight with us, folks. Going to go radio silent once again, and we'll go live as soon as we get Doug with us. I'm gonna make sure. Do I have one? Thank you all for all the comments, by the way, that you've been sending us. We do appreciate the comments. Yeah, it looks so nice here. Again, the brand new building at the Walton Clinic. And if you're wondering how to get in contact with them, take a look at the top left of your screen. The location is 7313 Charleston Road here in Walton, West Virginia. And again, it's right off of the road, the main road at 119. And if you're looking to get an appointment, again, you can call the front desk. Cava Lucas will be working the front desk. 304-577-6815. That's 304-577-6815 is the number to call. They are also taking walk-ins for lumps, bumps, and bruises. I like that comment the way the main provider here, Laura Smith, said. You know, we'll take basic services here, acute services here. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Again, you can get an appointment with Laura Smith, and if you are a patient of the cardiology department at Rowan General Hospital, Dr. Frankie, Dr. Atkins, and Dr. Fletcher will be rotating their services out here on Wednesdays. So you can get your basic appointments, some things being done here for cardiology services on the Wednesdays as well. It's been a lot of fun here today. Talking with the people who work here is always fun. Talking with some of the people who are in administration here. Leah James, of course, the director of the clinics. We got a chance to get the dime tour of the Arnold'sburg Clinic with her back a couple of years ago when they opened that up in the summertime. And so she was able to talk us through the site prep for this and getting this building ready to go. And of course, we saw a tour of the 4 provider rooms, the lab that they have as well. They got some good storage space. They also have a provider lounge here, which is a big deal for the providers that are going to be out here working hard through the week. Got the chance to talk to a couple of actual patients. Kathy Parsons, very thankful she was able to get on with us and talk about just how much more convenient it is to have this clinic here instead of having to drive all the way to Spencer, or perhaps for some other patients having to drive all the way to Charleston for the basic services provided. And it's such a well-lit and well-designed location here. A big waiting room, very comfortable, very soothing. And we're just waiting on the final piece of the puzzle here, and that is the CEO of Rowan General Hospital, Doug Bentz, who, along with the rest of his administration and the board, putting together the projects for expansion over the last 15 years, 20 years, and the vision that they had to help continue to provide better services and to take the services to the customers, take the services to the patients. Obviously, we've talked about preventative medicine in the form of the Prescription for Your Health program, trying to get people before they start having problems with these, chronic illnesses and problems that they have, trying to help their wellness and their beforehand. But obviously, there are people that do need a lot of services and a lot of basic services that they can provide here now at this Walton Clinic, just as they can at the location in Spencer, the clinics that are up there on the hill, the clinic in Gary and a clinic in Arnold'sburg. And maybe you'll even talk to us about any other projects that they have in the works. You'd think after the capital expansion project that took place over the last 7 years up at the actual hospital, and then finding this and building this, finding the Arnold'sburg location, building it, I wonder if they're going to take a breather at some point. We've got just another few minutes here waiting for Doug Bentz to show up. Folks, if you have any questions, again, we do appreciate you tuning in. And again, please subscribe to our channels. That is number one on the list for us at WVRC. We would love to continue providing great content for you. And the more subscribers we have, the better opportunity we have to continue to provide good services. If you enjoy the content that we provide, if you enjoy all the sports that we are able to bring to you, the live remotes, the parades, the businesses that we go to promote. Of course, we had a great time with Restaurant Week about a month and a half ago. We've done some live remotes lately at some businesses. Had a good time when we hung out with the mayor of Spencer at Garden Fresh Market. Of course, the Black Walnut Festival, providing continued information during the festival throughout the 4 to 5 days of that event, and we just continue to roll right along here. So please do subscribe to us, and then of course like, share, and comment on every single video you can get your hands on. That is what helps us continue to get better and better at what we do. Hang tight with us, folks. Just a few more minutes, and we're going to hopefully get a chance to talk with Doug Bentz. Goodness, are we live? Is that working? What's happening here? Is the camera on? Well, folks, we do appreciate you for joining us throughout this. We've been waiting on the head honcho himself and fighting terrible rain now once again. Even though I was right, it did get blue skied and sunny. The rain is scheduled throughout the day today, and it is pouring down once again right about the time Doug Bentz is able to pull into the facility here. But we're going to close out our broadcast here with a final interview with Doug Bentz, and looking forward to talking with him about this project out of many projects that have been going on, and how much it takes just to do something like this. This doesn't come together easily or quickly, obviously, and again, there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of logistics that you got to take care of to get something like this happening. But once again, they've knocked it out of the park at Roane General Hospital, and we've already seen a couple of patients come through here, and the patients asking questions and the patients getting a chance to tour the facility. We got a chance to tour the facility right when we got here. Of course, Leah James, the director of these clinics in the many different areas, she took us through this area, and again, such an upgrade from the previous place that was up at the elementary and the middle school. And we've got our buddy here, Doug Bentz, coming in, and so they found the location and they put it together, obviously. And a round of applause for Doug Bentz for making it out of here.
Perfect timing.
I hope he wasn't watching and listening when we were just berating him for not being here yet. I'm kidding. We didn't do any of that stuff. Would you like some time, or are we going to throw you on immediately?
Well, let's go.
Wow. All right. Did I unmute him then? Did I get it right? Listen, Dr. Frankie's also way taller than me.
Yes.
And we were thinking about making you sit down and me stand up so I look better.
I'll take a knee.
So I'm going to clip that on you if you don't mind, just wherever you're comfortable with it.
Very good.
Yep.
El Head Honcho, El Capitan here. I don't know what else we could call him, but Doug Bentz, the CEO of Roane General Hospital. You fought the weather to get out here, Doug. I tell you what a day to have an opening.
No kidding. I was supposed to be grilling out around 11 o'clock, so the grilling was canceled, and we ended up bringing in some wraps and some other food, too.
I tell you what, the Healthy Way Cafe, I had a couple of those wraps already, and you can back me up on this. I have not messed around. I've been good. And so I'm glad you guys brought those for me.
There's no doubt, man. I mean, have you given everyone an update on your journey yet?
I have not yet. We did do the in-body scanner.
Yeah.
And 17 pounds of pure body fat, so that's good in the first couple of months.
That is freaking awesome, man.
But so we've been excited to have this place open. I know a lot of people who have been driving 119 have seen what is happening here.
Yes.
I did not even know what you guys were doing out here until I drove by here and saw a sign put up. And this was back when you guys first started. And I thought, what? Oh my goodness, they're building a clinic there.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, the clinic that you guys did have out here was limited in space. You were kind of sharing some space with the elementary, middle school, and the nurse and the students and whatnot.
Right.
You guys made, obviously, do with what you had there. But I wanted to talk to you about the continual process of expansion for you guys, whether it be the expansion that you guys did at the facility, that huge expansion project, now with cardiac rehab, physical therapy, and the fitness center and all that.
Right.
You guys had a vision to expand your services. It wasn't enough for you guys to say, hey, we're bringing in all these great services to the hospital now. At some point, you guys looked at the situation and said, we need to get out to these communities. Obviously, you had the small clinic out there. You still have the Gary office.
Yes.
And then you decided we need to get into Arnold's-Burg. So a couple of years ago, you did basically what we're looking at here in Arnold's-Burg. You found a piece of land right on the road, by the way. Impressive to do that. And you built that. And so what was the idea behind, number one, the expansion of your services to these communities, and then specifically to this location?
Yeah, I think these outlying clinics are just so important for our mission. The fact that, the idea of bringing care close to home, and healthcare starts with primary care. And that's the most important, probably, relationship that someone could have to start out with. And, down the road, then you may see some specialists depending on it, but that primary care relationship. So our idea is to bring primary care out to Arnold's-Burg, out to Gary, out to Walton, to our outlying communities. And then over the last probably 5 years, we've kind of added to that vision by saying, you know what, we've got these wonderful specialty providers, cardiology, surgery, pulmonology. Well, let's bring some of those folks out to these outlying areas to serve that same community. The Arnoldsburg Clinic and the impact that cardiology's had there is that their schedules are full every clinic day.
Yeah.
And so the same idea is to come out here in Walton to do the same. I think it also opens up the possibility of expanding our reach a little bit because, you know, we're 15 miles from Clendenin from here, and we're sort of 15 probably miles from maybe Spencer, 10 to 15 miles. But folks in Clendenin, if they want cardiac care, if they want primary care, we want them start thinking about us.
Yeah.
And the fact that even our 3 cardiology providers have, let me see here, probably 50 years of cardiology experience in the Kanawha Valley and in Roane County combined. So they've got a tremendous presence down there. So maybe some of their existing patients or some folks in Clendenin or Elkview that want good cardiac care and with very competent, capable, very reputable providers, come on up.
Yeah.
Come on up. So.
Well, and I talked with Dr. Frankie about that, and he said, you know, he's got a lot of people who, just for general, as you said, primary care, I don't know what the numbers would be. Maybe you could speak to that. Like, generally speaking, would it be like 80, 90, 70% of your hospital visits are those primary care visits? And so the ease of access that you guys are providing here, nobody wants to drive an hour just for the basic services. If they could get it in their backyard, and here it is, an opportunity for these people.
Mm-hmm. And you know, to be honest, that's exactly right, and that's you know, that's been our mission, and I think this is that huge next step to it. So to be honest with you, it's been several months since I've walked in here. So I'm looking at this space and I haven't even got a tour of it.
Man, I didn't even get a chance to get a tour yet.
No, and I am pumped up because this space looks beautiful. So I think the folks did a tremendous job designing it, number one.
Yes.
I think they've done a great job decorating it. The furniture looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And the color. So I'm very proud of our team for putting this thing together. So
100%. Well, and I tried. I really did. I badgered and berated and begged Heather Nichols to come on the air. She said no. That's fine. But I started thinking, okay, the motto that you guys have, that tagline, care you can trust, close to home. I said, you're going to have to add an ER to that close. Because the more you guys provide these services in these places, the closer to home it gets for these people.
Yeah.
We talked with a couple of the patients who, again, have worked with Laura Smith, who's the provider here at the elementary school up there, you know, and again, it's off the beaten path. Even with the greatest marketing campaign, people may not know it's here. Well, you're not missing this.
No.
This is right on the main road. How in the world did you guys get lucky enough to find this location?
Well, again, I think, first of all, the old location was kind of inconvenient for the public, and I think it was very convenient for the school. And, you know, coming out here, it really opens up more of a public access, but at the same time, not losing the communication and access to school. So, you know, the parents know that it's just a quarter mile, half mile down the road, and they're right here. So, yeah, it's going to open up things for the community. I think it's going to expand its reach out to Clendenin. So, yeah.
It's a big deal here.
It's
a big deal, and again, it's we've talked with you on podcasting about the vision that you and your team and the administration, the board, all the people that have to come together to make these things happen. It is a labor of love. You obviously have no problem with aggressive stuff, trying to get big things done because it's happening here, and this is another one of those steps in the right direction to do what you guys continue to say you wanted to do, is to expand your services, ease of access for people, just to be a better provider for the customers that you guys have, the patients you have, and expanding your service to other locations.
Yeah.
And this is a wonderful opportunity to do it. Number one, we're thankful that you and your staff continue to invite us to do these fun things.
Yeah.
We've had a blast today, by the way, without you.
Great.
It took me a while. We got everybody on except for Barb Ellis and Heather Nichols, and that's okay. We'll call them out. Maybe someday we'll get them on the air.
They are a couple superstars.
One thing I did find out now, I don't know if you know this about one of your cardiologists or not, but Dr. Frankie, now I was talking about the 9-9 challenge that I hope he didn't see because he might want to check my heart. And as I said that to him, he said, well, little do you know that for a long time, he owned the record at the home wrecker challenge at Hillbilly Hot Dogs in Canova.
Oh, wow.
4 minutes and change on that thing. I was like, you should check your own heart.
Oh, wow. You've got some competition.
He said that was a long time ago. He's got a lot of size on me, is all I'm saying. So he's got a lot more room to fit. Well, that's not true. I'm fat. So, but Doug, I do appreciate you coming out here. And I know you're a busy man. Back and forth you go. And we're going to give you a chance to tour your guys' facility here. It's a wonderful facility. And we're thankful that you guys continue to be forward-thinking in the services you guys want to provide.
Yeah, and we appreciate you guys coming out. And one last comment, too, is I want to thank Senator Manchin, Senator Capito, and Congresswoman Miller for providing $300,000 to allow us to do this. Because I think without that seed money to get that done, this may not have gotten done. So I really want to appreciate them for partnering with us in the community and the hospital.
Yeah, working hard for our small communities in West Virginia and specifically here in Roane County. We do thank those people. And Doug, thank you. Thank your crew. And thanks everybody for making this a great day here. They start Monday morning, folks, 577-6815. Call Cava Lucas right there. She's going to be taking appointments Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can get your basic services, acute care services, and on Wednesdays, cardiology care. Doug Benz, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Awesome.
It's been a great day, folks. We'll see you guys next time. Awesome. Thank you.
Sweet, man. I don't know if it was good timing or not, but
Perfect timing. Well, we didn't want to close it out.